Okay, folks.
Final beer of the evening.
Final beer of the evening. Friar's Habit Extra Stout. Friar's Habit are, they've been around a while actually. Certainly not by any means the first craft brewery out of Pretoria, but they've been the sort of craft beer darlings out of Pretoria for a while. I know the Irish Red Ale, for example, is served on nitro at Capital Craft, one of the top selling beers out of the entire beer lineup. So pretty good achievement there. This stout I tasted for the first time at Purely Pretoria Craft Beer Festival last year. It was served on nitro, and I was just like, whoa, okay. I told everyone it was the beer of the festival. So anyway, let's cut to Louis from Friar's Habit and hear about what he has to say about this beer.
Hi guys, I'm Chris. I'm Louis. We're from Friar's Habit. We're based in Pretoria, and we've gotten kind of famous for our darker beers, especially our Irish Red Ale and our Extra Stout.
We wanted to design a beer that was bold and unapologetic and stood out head and shoulders above the rest of the stouts in the country, but still be sessionable at the same time. We feel we've accomplished that with this beer.
Yeah, we really like it. We think it's going to blow you guys away. You can get it at bestcraftbeer.co.za or go to our website, friarshabit.co.za, to find more information and hit us up on Instagram and Facebook. Cheers. Cheers.
Extra Stout. Now we know about stouts, we know about imperial stouts being very strong, rich, deep, dark, high alcohol versions. At 5.5% alcohol, what is an extra stout, Rob?
Well, historically, stouts were actually the strongest forms of any beer. And as the gravity started getting a bit lower and beers became a bit lighter, most of these beers were served as draft. And what they would do is package a stronger version, which would go into bottles, and those would be higher alcohol versions, and those would be the extra stouts. So extra stout is actually probably the closest thing to what stouts were like 200 years ago, before they started getting lighter in gravity. So you can imagine,
Yeah, I was just thinking about think of a bitter, and then you get the extra special bitter, which is always that richer kind of reserve edition, and I suppose an extra stout place that same.
Yeah, very much the same.
Think of Guinness at 4%.
Yeah.
A lot of people perceive it as being heavy. I think they see the colour and it kind of throws them. But I know a few of us can slot many Guinness. It's quite light, quite dry, low in alcohol. I guess here we're just talking about Guinness with 30% more malt character, roast character, more alcohol, more richness.
And more bitterness.
Bitterness.
The funny thing about Irish stouts is that they are typically quite bitter. You don't necessarily notice hop bitterness because you're getting quite a lot of bitterness from the dark malts. But these beers are typically quite bitter. Although, as I say, you don't notice it. So don't think you're going to get this hop bomb. But yeah, everything's slightly more elevated, more coffee, more kind of chocolate, more maltiness. Everything just amplified, which obviously makes it better.
Oh yeah. Well, I must say this has become a bit of a go-to for me if I'm in the mood for a dark beer, but I don't want something huge like an imperial stout or expensive like an imperial stout. I just want a stout. This has become a bit of a go-to for me.
Yeah, I think the coffee and the chocolate notes are what kind of bounces out of the glass for me. A very clean kind of ale character as well, so you're not getting a lot of fruitiness out of it. You really feature those beautiful, deep, rich malt characters.
Yeah, coffee, chocolate. It's quite roasty. I get a bit of just that roastiness.
That slight coffee roastery smell. It's got a slightly burnt aroma to it, but that's very inviting in a strange way.
And it's got a kind of sustaining, a thin but creamy head, quite a fine carbonation. It sort of tails the beer up the glass. As we go in, you're not quite in winter yet, but I wish we were.
And pitch black. I mean, that's great colour there. So.
Yeah. Quite a lot of body. Finishes that nice roastiness on the back. it feels sweet at some stage, but then it doesn't finish sweet. It doesn't.
Yeah, it goes back and forth.
You
You get levels of sweet maltiness, kind of bashing up against the roast, and everything in it goes backwards and forwards and plays really nicely together. I love that there's a lower carbonation on this beer. I think if it was higher carbonated, you would get a level of acrid roastiness that
Yes.
would be kind of unappealing. Where this is just right. You're getting all those flavors, and it just enough carbonation to elevate all the flavors, but not too much that it would compromise anything.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I think you don't want to start getting that carbonic acid on top of this kind of roasty base.
What do you think about drinking a beer like it's a little bit warmer than you would drink most beers?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think there's a lot of, it's one of the appeal about even craft lagers over macro lagers, a well-made craft lager, because it's all barley and it's actual hops. You almost, lager's meant to be cold, right? But it's not a train smash when a well-made whole ingredient lager starts warming up. Like a cheese, it almost will give off its provenance. That last sip, though slightly warm, is not metallic dregs, like in beers that I won't mention. So a lot of beers, a lot of real craft ales with real whole ingredients will give you that change in flavour spectrum from being served ice cold to warming up in the glass. So even beers that traditionally you want served warmer, like stouts, big strong ales that kind of show more like a cheese does when it's warm. It's actually quite nice, I find, to start off quite chilled, because you can set the temperature in your hand, and you get the experience changes. Definitely, I mean, the aromas change, the perceived sweetness change. But yeah, as a general rule, beers like this served sort of at 12 degrees instead of 6, or 10 to 12 degrees instead of 6 degrees, like a lager, can offer a lot more.
Something I like to do is, and I think this beer is a great candidate for it, is for different times of the year and different occasions, you either serve the same beer warmer or you serve it colder. So a beer like this, if I was drinking it in just a complete social setting, I would drink it a bit colder. If I was drinking it when I'm not having food, if I'm just drinking it by itself, either start colder and then allow it to warm up, or drink it when it's cold. Whereas in winter, I would have it a little bit warmer, or if I was having it with food, a little bit warmer, so that you open up some more of the flavors. But I think it offers different things at different temperatures, and that's a great thing to have as a beer, that you can span these different ranges of whatever you want to get out of a beer at that time.
Yeah, and I think it takes a well-made beer to be able to deliver through that. It's got that structure. I mean, I think they've done an amazing job. It's just got this nice roasty thing going on the back of my tongue, makes you want to go back for that sort of sweet upfront flavour, which then dries and leaves you with that roastiness. Yeah,
it's definitely got that kind of espresso character where it's not acrid necessarily, but it's very roasty, and that it kind of puckering, and it's an incredibly drinkable beer.
Look, if you like dark beers, you just have to put this on your shopping list. Chris, Yoko, Louis, amazing job. We look forward to drinking more of your beers on the show. Tell us what you think about the stout. There's some other really good ones around the country, and we'll be sure to feature them. But this one definitely right up there for me.
For sure.
Cheers.